Apologies for the technical difficulties. We're back live now with the first bowl semi-final between Hutt Old Boys Marist and Saracens from Christchurch. Saracens now on the attack. Will Schmetz takes it into the contact. Looking for space on the outside, it's not there. Dan Brooker with the wide ball. Out to Schmetz.
On your camera.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Not vexed.
No, that's alright.
Just looking and being patient and waiting for space here. And a knock on by Saracens.
Fortunately, Saracens were just taking their time, trying to find some gaps, but Hutt Old Boys not giving them a sneak at all. Hutt Old Boys ball, 22-metre line. Saracens, Hutt Old Boys half.
Hutt Old Boys played first up today on day 2 against Massey University from Manawatu, coming out winners. And this is Saracens' first match of day 2. Hutt Old Boys now, Rangihuna. Rangihuna looking for some territory, kicks it deep. The chase is on now. And the ball goes into touch.
Hutt Old Boys kick the ball 40 metres up. The 22 line of Saracens. Still below. 5 minutes gone.
Saracens with the wayward throw. Mika Alaifatu, the strength showing. Can he get it over? Yes, he can. It's on the line and it's a try. Hutt Old Boys.
And that's the first 5-pointer. Mika Alaifatu. Look at the size of it. Took 2 defenders and brought it down and he still got it over the try line.
Mika Alaifatu, former St. Bernard's College Old Boy. Normally plays number 8 and 15s. Probably one of the biggest lads on the field right now. Lots of power, energy and strength to get himself over there for the first try at Rangihuna.
Great conversion. Bernarda kicked through over the post. 7-0. Hutt Old Boys Marist.
Hutt Old Boys Marist, Sheridan Rangihuna, a star player, the Wellington Lions halfback, the playmaker here. He was sin bin in the first match today against Massey. The restart, beautifully taken by Saracens. Trouble here, knock on by Hutt Old Boys Marist. Referee playing the advantage and Saracens with a chip and chase. The bounce isn't good. And a penalty here for Hutt Old Boys Marist.
Pressure coming on here on the 50-metre mark, 5 metres short. Hutt Old Boys, tap go.
And now it's with Solor. Oh, it's stolen there by Saracens. A slight knock on. Referee playing the advantage. Hutt Old Boys awarded the penalty. A quick tap there by McGregor. McGregor looking for support. Knocked back the 10 metres. McGregor again with a quick tap. Gives it to Solor. Solor looking for his support on the outside. And it's Lise Solor, the former Nainai College first 15 player, alongside his brother Ferretti Solor. What a try.
No one home was there. No sweepers, no defenders. Free-rided. Great try, Celeste Solor. 2 points to come, straight out in front. And it's good. 14-0. Hutt Old Boys, great start to the first half. Anadu.
That's half time, 14-0. Hutt Old Boys are up.
Saracens are a force to reckon with in their own.
Town, Hungiora, Canterbury 2019 7 champs.
That's right. Saracens had a tough day at the office yesterday, losing to Kaitaia 29 points to 24, and Havelock North 45-0. And Havelock North are looking dangerous, progressing to the Cup semi-finals. One of only 2 teams who are undefeated at this tournament so far. Hutt Old Boys looking strong here in this first half. Saracens, unfortunately, their handling skills have let them down. But the strength shown and the X factor shown by the Solor brothers and the playmaking abilities by Sheridan Rangihuna, setting up the outsides.
And Hutt Old Boys are down for 2 players, Jordan Gillies and Braden Lawson.
Couple of key injuries from yesterday.
Unfortunately, they're not here.
Oakley coming in to replace Lawson because of the lack of players due to those 2 key injuries. Fantastic atmosphere here from Jerry Collins Stadium here in Porirua.
Sun's trying to break through. It's heating up here. Couple of seconds away from kick-off in the second half. Hutt Old Boys to kick. Saracens ready and waiting. It's a halftime hooter, let's go. 7 minutes to
So
go.
Hutt Old Boys kick off the second half. And what a take by Alai Fatu. Gives it out wide again to Solor. Solor gets back onto his feet. Now it comes wide to Rangihuna. Anything's possible when he has the ball. Gets it out wide now to Oakley Edmonds, I think, looking for support. And a slight knock on there.
Just need to slow the ball down a little bit, Hutt Old Boys. They've got it all there. The structure's looking good. They've got Saracens on the back foot. A bit more patience there. She's a scrum down. 15 metres out from the Saracens try line. Saracens have beat the ball.
Saracens will want to make the most of this opportunity now that they have the ball, albeit within their own 22. Big scrum here by Hutt Old Boys. Pressure on. Saracens now in front of their own goalposts. Looks like it's been ripped away by Hutt Old Boys. Huge turnover there. It's coming out slowly, and a penalty for Saracens, and a quick tap's gone wayward.
On 10
They're
metres.
offside.
Saracens gain another 10 metres to the 22 line of their own half.
A reprieve for Saracens. They're down 14-0. The early stages of the second half. They tap and go now with McBride freeing it out wide to Schmitz. Schmitz back on the outside. He's got pace. He's past the halfway line. He's got a man in support, but he won't need him. And it's Will Schmitz who goes in for a length of the field effort, and he's underneath the goalpost for the easy 5-pointer.
It's a lovely 70-metre try by Smits. It's just what they needed in the second half to come back. 5-14. They're in the game. And they take the 2 points, and that brings it 7-14. Still with Hutt Old Boys leading by 7.
There was some fantastic interplay there on the outside between Schmitz and his inside runner, McBride, which set him up to run 60 metres to score.
Will Smits has some great pace.
Saracens now restarting. Oh, and he's taken it. The sweep is slow to get across, and Hutt Old Boys hit straight back with a try in the corner for Nathan Goodwin. Sorry, not Nathan Goodwin. I apologise. Oakley Edmonds goes in for the try.
Oakley Edmonds, lightning fast, straight from kick-off and a try straight in the corner.
19-7 to the Eagles.
All the hard work Saracens just put in, and And Hard Old Boys have answered straight back with a fabulous try.
Sheridan Rangihuna from the sideline.
Just pushing it to the left. 19, Hard Old Boys 7, Saracens. 3.5 to go on the clock.
Saracens will be disappointed there. They hit back, but their defence let them down as Hard Old Boys extend their lead, 19 points to 7, with 4 minutes remaining in this one, the bowl semi-final.
Both teams look focused. Here we go.
A short kickoff doesn't make the 10 metres.
That's what Saracens are looking for.
Saracens
halfway.
looking for the quick tap here, and away they go with Philly. That's gone to ground.
Knock on by Hard Old Boys, Saracens ball just outside the 22. Hard Old Boys half.
Number 6, Angus Fletcher comes off for Saracens. Saracens now in prime position with a scrum just outside the 22. Scrappy getting out of that scrum. Goodwin goes blindside. Looking on the outside. Big hit in there by Hard Old Boys and stripped away. Fantastic defence by Hard Old Boys Marist. Rangihuna with a long ball out to the winger. It's Oakley Edmonds getting the offload away. It's gone to ground. Scooped up by Saracens. Brooker. Well, he's got the support there. He needs it. He doesn't need it. Too big, too strong. Easy try in the corner.
Dan Brooker all the way. Hard to bring down. Look at the size of him. Straight over. Made it look easy, didn't he? But we know it's not an easy game.
The kick is sliced away there by Archie McBride. Saracens clawing their way back into this one.
90 seconds to go.
Hard Old Boys are up here, 19 points to 12.
Converter try will bring it even. Saracens a kick off. Again, not going to 10.
It's gone past play on, referee says.
Play on, okay.
Schreiber, he finds his support, and it's a forward pass.
You got to be kidding if you're a Saracens fan.
She was right there, you got to give it to her.
Controversial.
Referee was right there, saw the forward pass, a huge call.
Hard Old Boys ball. Saracens looking for a big play. Probably the last play of the second half. This is it.
With less than a minute to go, that try could have potentially levelled things up.
It's now or never for Saracens, but Hard Old Boys to feed.
Rangihuna now, inside his own 22. It's Scrappy. Hard Old Boys under a huge amount of pressure. Saracens. Oh! Referee calls a penalty
And the whole
for Hard Old Boys, and they'll take their time here with only 5 seconds remaining on the clock.
certainly wind it down. And they're going to run it back. They're going to run it back, and out it goes, and that's game.
And that'll just about do it. Referee calls full time. Hard Old Boys progress to the final of the bowl with a 19 points to 12 victory over Saracens, who were the Canterbury club champions.
Please put your hands together for both sides. Special acknowledgement. 12 friends from Canterbury, the Saracens. Safe journey back home. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Saracens from Canterbury. And the winners, Carl Boys Paris, who will advance to the final
What are we going to have to do?
taking on Oriental Ramatai, the Magpies. We've got a team of my friend Mason Malamari. Also got a senior officers for the
The sun is shining at Jerry Collins Stadium as we approach the business end of the 2020 National Club Sevens. This is the second bowl quarter semi-final between Waihi Athletic and Oriental Rongotai. Waihi Athletic failed to win a match on the first day, but Auries were very impressive. They've had 3 wins from 4 outings. What are your expectations for this one?
Auries, hopefully, you know, got a long history there with some great players coming out of the club. They'll be playing pretty well, you know, good energy and momentum. Who knows?
Let's introduce the teams while we have a moment. For Waihi Athletic, Carlos Roberts, Dylan Bellamy, Ethan Seymour, Jake Wilkinson, Mania Hill, Jana Ormsby, Daniel Roberts, Dylan Horn, Hadley Morgan, Jerome Hill, Nicholas Ormsby and Tay Turnbull is their roster. And Oriental Rongotai in the black and white hoops are positioned to begin. And their lineup is Peniali Pawasa, Jason Siumanufangai, Tavita Tafili, Herman Siumanufangai, Ethan Webster Nonu, Stephen Declan Hay, Matthias Lima, Roderick Solo and Hinkley Sayolsi. Waihi United to kick off. Waihi from the Thames Valley. Ross Cooper, the former All Black selector, is one of their famous alumni. Underway, semi-final. Roderick Solo has the kick-off. Unloads for Ethan Webster Nonu. In space, Webster Nonu has proven unstoppable this weekend. Ethan Webster Nonu in for yet another try. That's at least half a dozen now.
What a fantastic try, a 50-metre try, all the way beating 3 defenders and an angle tap at the end for him to fly over and place the ball down for a 5-pointer conversion to come.
Even the ankle tap made no difference, but it was a tremendous chase from Ethan Seymour. They call him Bags. He was in the Thames Valley team that won the Heartland Championship 2 years ago, and he was telling me yesterday that the party went for 4 days.
A 96-hour party.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all part of that.
It's almost longer than Kaitai's bus trip here. So Stephen Va'a will restart for Oriental Rongotai. Hadley Morgan has taken the kickoff. Now he has pedigree, young Hadley Morgan. He is the nephew of Steve Gordon, the former All Black. From up that way, number 6 is Hill. And he bustles down the touchline, dragged down by Solo, who's over the ball swiftly, but Waihi regroup and recycle possession. Here's Morgan again. Slings it wide to the right flank. Ormsby shackled in a 2-man tackle. Pawasa over the ball, almost extracted it, but Morgan has it again. He's a tenacious competitor, and he unloads for Roberts. A kick and chase. Inside the 22, gathered by Va'a, chased by Morgan. Va'a got away from 2 there. That's extremely impressive defensive play. Va'a, he's like tackling elastic. He avoided 4 players on that occasion. Loose ball. Waihi United pile in and snaffle possession. They burrow towards the corner, but the flag is up on the far side. Waihi showing tremendous attitude on defence. They're big underdogs in this game.
Back and forth here, possessions changing. Auries to throw it 5 metres off their own try line. Waihi looking to probe. Still 5-0, ladies and gentlemen.
The Trevor Chappell line-out throw wasn't straight. Well, that's what they should have called in 1981, but That's an error from Ori's, unusual because they got a lot of height in their line out with Siumanu Whangai and Lima, but that was an errant throw. So Waihi, with only 2.5 minutes left in this first half, have a chance to take the lead. It's a tight head for Oriental Rongotai, and Solo dashes down the wing. He's 10 metres short of halfway. Saiasosi. Here's Webster Nonu, and this time he commits a mistake, and Jerome Hill has it. 1-on-1 with Solo. Hill to the 22. Hammered by an angry Webster Nonu, attempting to atone for his indiscretion. Loose ball, Solo kicks it ahead, but it's regathered by Horn for Waihi, tackled by Solo. Waihi just 15 metres out, and they've spilt the ball, but they really are proving a very disruptive opposition. Their defence is quick, urgent and hurtful.
Waihi has shown the energy. With a little bit more patience, they can execute. They just need to slow it down a little bit, get a little bit more structure. They've got an opportunity here within the 22 of the Ori's half.
Hadley Morgan in the bandaged head there. He's a product of Hamilton Boys High School. He was very close to making the New Zealand secondary schools team. Athletic in the year, nimble hands, and mobile around the park. He's been very disruptive. Almost had another tight head. Those scrums are vigorously contested. To Rongotai, up by 5-0. It's like a cake of soap, that pass, but well gathered by Stephen Va'a, refusing to be put down. Tenacious charge by Stephen Va'a. Webster Nonu to Solo. These two young kids are excitement machines. Halfway, 22, Roderick Solo. That's why he was recognised by the Ignite program. He hasn't put the ball down yet, he does now. Well, a lesson for a youngster. We appreciate the exuberance, but he might not want to be doing that at higher levels of the game.
Roderick Solo. He's got some talent on show today, hasn't he? Sprinting down that sideline as fast as far left.
I never got close enough to the try line to not score a try myself, but boy, get to the in-goal area, put it down, son.
A little bit of a risky move, trying to make it easy for the converter.
Well, that conversion ends up in the recycle bin. Hopefully to be never seen again. It's 10-0 to Oriental Rongotai. And tell us a little bit about your background. You were on a very famous commercial that shows on TV.
You had a viral video back in 2015. The old "Go Brady, go! She's got more pace, Brady. She's got more pace." It went viral, about 8 million on YouTube and Facebook. You know how it goes.
And I tell you, this kid Solo, he'll go viral if he continues to excite like this. He really is a fantastic young talent. He's a national hurdles champion as well.
Slow down here a little bit. And Waihi's half of the 10-metre line. 30 seconds to go.
Bowden Barrett was actually at the Super Bowl this week.
I think him and Israel Dag, a bit of a break over there.
And the 49ers wanted him for the fourth quarter. Waihi down by 10-0. Here's Morgan. Wobbles it out to Ormsby. Number 12 is Roberts. 40 metres to travel to the try line for Waihi. Oris have extracted a turnover and then knocked it on. These pictures are brought to you by Huddy Sports. We thank Brad for his support of this wonderful occasion. It really has been 2 superb days of sevens. You were here on day 1 as well, and day 2, semi-finals. We really do have a lot to look forward to.
Waihi can't quite make it stick at the moment, but Ori's the feed.
Webster Nonu. Solo wide. To Hinkley and Saiosi. He has an explosive turn of speed too. Determined chase by Waihi. Eventually reins in the Ori's attacker, but here's Roderick Solo, untouched. That's 2 tries in the first half for young Roderick Solo.
He's some real talent. The scouts will be out there watching him.
So the conversion is chipped over by Ori's, and they lead by 17-0 at half time. 3 tries unanswered, and Waihi Athletic struggling to keep up with the Ori's, which for the viewers out there is the club of Martin Nonu and Julian Severe and Adi Severe. And back in the day, John Gallagher, he was a brilliant sevens player, was the former All Black fullback.
Brilliant player, John Gallagher.
Half time, 17-0. And up next we have Cup semi-finals. And really, Havelock North, they have been a fantastic team this weekend, haven't conceded many points at all, and along with Tapuna from Bay of Plenty and Norse, there are some mouth-watering prospects later this afternoon.
Some real powerhouses here this afternoon. Like you said, undefeated. They'll be hard to take down. We've got Norse coming up soon. Reigning champions from last year, 2019.
St Ori's, 2 of the perennial contenders in Wellington. Norse runners-up in the Jubilee Cup in 2018, won the competition in 2019. And Ori's last one in 2011, but have been semi-finalists 7 times in the last decade. Not a big club, Ori's. Only 4 teams and a women's outfit in their organisation. So that's real proof of the quality of talent that they draw, based in the Miramar region of Wellington. That's out towards the international airport. They call Ori's the O-Tide.
Saracens looking to score early here in the second half and get some points on the board, get some confidence up, and some momentum. Ori's to kick off.
The problem for Waihi is when the ball gets to the flanks and Solo and Webster Nonu, they just don't have the speed to cover, but they've been very aggressive at the rucks, and they've managed to pilfer some turnovers and hassle Ori's. This time Ori's are dishing out some menace at the ruck, and they have the ball 40 metres out. So Saucy, quick on his feet, fending away Morgan, unloads for Herman Siumanufangai, and he's built like a tank, and touches down for try number 4. Well, Herman Siumanufangai was one of the standouts in First 15 rugby last year, student at St Pat's Town. He played in a dramatic semi-final on this ground and scored 2 tries, which almost propelled his college to the local decider. He can kick goals too, but Herman Siumanufangai has a brother in this roster, Jason Siumanufangai, and a cousin is playing for North, so wonderful family, the Siumanufangai clan.
Ori's really putting the pressure on here in the second half, not letting up at all. Waihi, can they bounce back?
It's now 24-0. The biggest win yesterday was by Havelock North, 45-0. And if Ori's continue to construct pressure like they have done, they might put together a similar score. Stephen Ba'a, 30 metres out, scragged down by Horn. Ori's regroup, possession available for Peniali Poasa. The dancing prop crashes into Morgan, unceremoniously dumped to the ground. Number 14 is Declan Hay. He's a veteran in the Ori's roster, former halfback at Marist St Pat's too. Number 7, Dylan Bellamy, has been aggressive on defence for Waihi. Va'ara a lazy pass, and that's a knock forward by Saiosi. He's been good for Ori's today. He's one of those guys that gets immersed in the rucks and mauls and does the things that aren't necessarily headline plays.
It's an uncharacteristic mistake by Ori's. They've been playing very structured and very tight footy. Just let it up there though, 5 minutes to go, and they're still 24 points up.
Peniali Poasa has wandered off for Ori's. He's one of the bigger props in Wellington Club Rugby. He was a McKevity Shield sprint champion 5 years ago. Incredible feat for Peniali Poasa. So, can Waihi finish with some consolation points here? They have ventured across the halfway line for the first time in the second half. Ormsby, lanky strides down the left wing touchline. Here's Hadley Morgan, the mop head, crawls to within 15 of the line. He's been terrific, Hadley Morgan. Ormsby, kick and chase. He tries to claim he was taken and he didn't need to. And he lunged for the ball, which bounced despairingly over his head. But if he'd stopped protesting with the referee, he would have bought himself an extra second to chase that ball and possibly touch down for a try.
Unlucky, looked like a little bit of obstruction there, but the ref calls it a knock on.
Well, Ormsby wasn't obstructed and he managed to keep his feet. And those two Ori's players who obstructed him then got embraced in a tangle, which left the ball clear for Ormsby to score. And as it was, he was a victim of a cruel bounce, but that happened about a second after he should have been there. Ori scrum, 5 metres out from the line. Here's Roderick Solo. Can he go coast to coast? 10 metre mark, halfway, 10 metre mark. Shut the gate for number 3 for Roderick Solo.
He's got himself a hat trick here, and he's some real talent here, as we've mentioned before in this game. Roderick Solo, he is one to watch out for. He's got some blitzing pace.
Look at that beautiful imagery of Roderick Solo striding away. If only we had our time over again. It's now 31-0 in favour of Ori's, and they will play in the bowl final. Deservedly so too. They've been exceptional ever since their first loss on day 1 to Alhambra Union 27-12. They only got told they were playing in this tournament on Thursday.
Short notice, but they're getting up for it.
Almost as short notice as our team sheets. The restart failed to find the 10 metre mark, and Waihi United break out. A kick and chase, dribbling down towards the in-goal area, and it's covered by Ori's.
Oh, he took that in goal. It's a 5 metre scrum. Waihi.
But what about a pushover here? Waihi have been very aggressive in the scrums. And they really deserve some profit for their industry this afternoon. They are a Thames Valley-based club. They didn't have such a good Premier season, but they won the Thames Valley Sevens in early November. There are 8 teams in the Thames Valley Premier competition, so those numbers are healthy. That is an ugly scrum. And Ori's have infringed. And there's a reach out and a try scored by Ormsby. Well, he's been terrific for Waihi. He almost created their first try with that chip and chase, and now he's managed to reach out in the grasp of 2 Ori's defenders.
You've got to give them credit. They've been trying this whole game, and they've got some reward. It may be too little too late, but they've got 5 on the board with a minute to go. Conversion to come. Is it coming around? Just pushing it under the post.
Dylan Horn failed to make the conversion. Ori's 31-5. And really the major attraction in this game has been Roderick Solo, Ori's junior, Scots College Premier 1 first 15 winner, and a young man with a very bright future.
Well, making the 10. It'll be an Ori's ball. Probably enough time for one more play on the Ori side.
Luke Masarewa scored 4 tries earlier today. Only Luke has managed a quadruple in this tournament. 5 tries to 1, 31 to 5, 10 seconds left. Sayolsi at halfway. And that is a wonderful manoeuvre to penetrate the defence and scamper through. Hinkley Sayolsi.
They just take every opportunity, don't they, Oris? They see a gap, they take it, they go.
taking out this game.
Good vision by Oris today in this game.
36-5 with the conversion to come.
Why he? They can hold their head high. They can hold their heads proud. They gave it everything today.
Waihi Athletics tournament comes to an end. Brave competitors, but outclassed here by Oriental Rongotai, 38 points to 5. 7 tries for Oriental Rongotai in this one, 3 for Roderick Solo, and Oris will contest the final later on this afternoon.
Next up for the plate semi-final, Maris Albion versus Timaru Old Boys.
For your participation in the New Zealand National Cup Sevens Tournament 2020. Have a safe journey back home. And all the best for your season.
Maris Albion today.
National Club Sevens, Maris Albion and Timaru. Anaru's position, take it away.
Welcome to this first plate semi-final between Maris Albion and Timaru Old Boys.
Taking on South Canterbury. Timaru Old Boys.
Maris Old Boys earlier today. Sorry, a bit of wind disrupting our papers here. As Maris Albion kick off, and yet another kick-off that doesn't make the 10 metres. Play on, Maris Albion, get it back! And they give it on the inside, and out of nothing, Maris Albion goes in to score.
Well, that kickoff was highly unusual. It got stuck in the air, and the players glazed at it like it was something missing from the solar system, and it bounced over the 10-metre mark, and the Timaru Old Boys defenders were confused and just staring at each other, and Maris Albion played to the whistle, snaffled possession and darted away for the first try.
Fantastic start for Maris Albion as the try has been missed. The conversion's missed, sorry, so it's 5-0 early on to Maris Albion.
That rugby ball was swirling around like an asteroid. You wouldn't see that up at the Space Museum.
That's
here.
right. So the first try scored by Sekove Dalla Faltata as Timaru Old Boys retrieve the football from the restart. Referee sees a knock on there by Timaru Old Boys, so we'll pick down a scrum.
Well, Timaru Old Boys is one of the oldest clubs in South Canterbury, and they're closely affiliated with Timaru Boys High School, who actually play the oldest secondary school match in New Zealand. They've been playing Waitaki Boys High School since 1884, and Timaru Boys High School produced a number of very famous All Blacks over the years. The most recent one is Isaac Ross, and of course it's the old stomping ground of Jack Lovelock.
That's right, and now we have a breakaway here from Maris Albion. Penalty. Dalla Faltata with the wide ball now to Evans. Evans looking on the outside, a flick along to the man out wide, and he reaches over for the try. Maris Albion goes in. Who was that out there, Adam?
It was Dara McGregor, and it was an excellent finish because he was tackled as he converged towards the corner, but he managed to extend his right arm to full stretch. Have a look at it here on the replay, and he slams it down. But there was a very clever piece of ingenuity by Elliot Smith. He right hooked the ball, fisting it out towards McGregor, and McGregor finished. Good play by Smith in the build-up, and McGregor with the spoils.
And now the very difficult kick, and he's made a mockery of that one. So 10-0 early to Maris Albion.
Well, Timaru Boys haven't even touched the ball yet. They botched up that initial kickoff, and then they spilt the next kickoff, and Maris Albion very dangerous, particularly the young Fijian. He's been in explosive form this weekend, scored a number of tries.
Justin Evans with the restart. Timaru Old Boys finally get their hands on the football. Coming slowly now. Looking for the gap. Here it comes for Broughton. Slowly but surely. Levi Mackay to Cooper. Cooper takes it into ground. Held up strongly there by Senileba. Timaru get the penalty here.
Just slipping up high, that tackle by Romo, who formerly played for Wellington.
Now it's Tunnicliffe. Tunnicliffe. Dangerous looking tackle there, but he got away with it. Now the big boy, Malili Faulua. It's there for Timaru Old Boys. On the outside is McCoy. Oh, there's a big shot there from the shoulder. I don't know if he used his arms in that, but play on, says the referee, and along the blind side he goes as Tunnicliffe puts the little kick in. The chase is on, it finds the touch.
Good play by Tunnicliffe. He recognised some space in the left wing corner. Marist Albion had no sweeper, so he punched in the kick and chased earnestly after the ball. And he was actually the first to arrive, as you can see on the replay. But unfortunately, the ball just rolled into touch. The ball tends to roll quicker at this end of the ground because there's a slight slope.
Righto, Della Faltata, the throw to the line out. On their own try line here, Marist Albion, in front of their own posts. Take it to ground, they're under pressure. And a penalty there for Marist Albion as they quickly tap it and they look wide. Della Faltata down the blind side here. Marist Albion looking for the offload. It's been intercepted there by Ryan Broughton. On the outside now is Liam Cooper. Takes it to ground. It's coming for Broughton. Now to Faulua. Faulua, hard and straight. Broughton sees the gap. Broughton with the step. Needs the support, finds it. And Timaru Old Boys go in. Etienne Van Zyl with the try.
Well, it's Van Zyl who finished the try, but really the architect was that Broughton. He stepped on both feet, the right initially to create doubt, and then the left to burst through the hole. And look at that offload to Van Zyl. He's hard to stop close to the line. And Industrious forward in the 15, a side version of the game, and he crashes over for a much needed try. And Anaru really, Timaru Old Boys have been excellent here. They didn't touch the ball in the first 4 minutes, yet they're only a single try behind.
And this often happens in Sevens rugby as the conversion has been missed by Broughton. Sevens rugby, often early in a match, a side can easily score a couple of quick tries without the opposition even touching the ball. So Timaru, now that they've had their hands on the football, have finally taken advantage and made the most of their opportunity. Broughton now with the restart. It's high. It's in the Porirua wind. And they get it back, Timaru Old Boys. Marching their way towards Marist Albion's 22. It's back to Broughton, the playmaker. He's gone in high. And referee calls a high shot. Penalty to Timaru Old Boys and Broughton. Throws it wide and it's McCoy. Does he have the pace? No, he doesn't. He cuts back on the inside. He's got support there from Joel Hill. Joel Hill takes it to ground. And a turnover there by Romu Senileba. Marist Albion. Oh, the bounce was good. Now it's a foot race. He cuts in on the inside. Marist Albion. They're going to go in here. Fantastic effort out of nothing. And it's number 6, Elliot Smith, who scores the try for Marist Albion.
A lot of the credit for that try, though, belongs to Rono Senileba. He won the turnover at the 22. He was actually outnumbered 1-on-2 at the ruck, but he managed to poach possession. And then the ball went wide, and Smith was the recipient of a fortunate bounce, which left him in a 1-on-1 with a stranded Timaru defender, and with footwork like Smith, it was almost inevitable that he would beat his marker with the head start, and Marist Albion were ahead by 17-5 at half time. And really, Anaru, I think that's probably a fair reflection of the way the first half went. Timaru had a good period just towards the end of the first period, but really Marist Albion have looked far more threatening.
Dead right. I think Timaru will be slightly disappointed that they didn't make the most of their opportunity to score yet again after scoring the first try after being behind 10 points to 0. But it's certainly been an interesting first half of football, both sides, with the pace and the strength.
Well, the other thing that's happened in this tournament, Anaru, is some teams have profited from the draw and others have struggled. So Timaru Old Boys were the victim of a default yesterday. They scored an automatic victory against Toa, and then they had to play Norse, and they were soundly beaten by the host club at 27-5. And they battled past Waihi 17-0, and that's not really a serious examination before the finals. Whereas Marist Albion, they had a tough outing against Massey, then they were beaten by Auries, who were very impressive in that previous game. And Alhambra Union was a must-win situation for them yesterday afternoon, and they burst out to a quick lead and managed to foil the fast-finishing Broncos.
So we're all set now for the second half of this semi-final for the plate. Timaru Old Boys are down 17 points to 5. As the players catch their breath and we kick off the second half of this one, as Tunnicliffe with the restart. Marist Albion frees it out wide early. A loose offload. It's popped. The ball's dribbling around everywhere here. Timaru Old Boys pick up the football and away goes Tunnicliffe. Oh, a big hit from behind. And referee says no arms in the tackle by the looks of it. Yes, and a sin bin there. And who is it who's been sin binned? It looks like it might have been Della Faltata, who's gone off.
Faltata has been dismissed to the sin bin, and that's a pity for Marist Albion because he scored a try in the first half.
That's right, danger man. Now Marist Albion get the turnover. And the penalty. The six-man Marist Albion side. They try for the quick tap, but they're off the mark.
Otherwise, you might like to try out the Soul Sisters Cafe.
Marist Albion now.
Here for you. And lastly, Friday Donuts.
Saope, he drops it cold. It goes straight into the hands of the Timaru Old Boys side, and now it's come out wide to number 11, McCormack. McCormack's gone wide to the person on the outside. Now it's McGregor. McGregor on the inside. Syme. And another turnover. He's knocked it on there.
17-5 is the score, still 5.5 minutes left in this one. Brad Tunnicliffe in jersey 10 for Timaru Old Boys. He's been terrific. He's made 3 breaks, 2 of them in the second half. He's very difficult to put down. Lovely leg drive after contact. One to watch in this encounter, Brad Tunnicliffe, number 10 for Timaru Old Boys.
It's Marist Albion. Feed the scrum. From inside their own 5-metre line, it's a try by the looks of it. Yes! Timaru Old Boys pounce on the loose ball and they go in for the easy try there. Full credit to the Timaru forward pack for putting pressure on in the scrum, which led to the loose ball that popped out and just sat on the try line there for Timaru to score.
That was an absolute shambles from Marist Albion. Where was the defender safeguarding the prospect of that happening? The nearest player to the ball for Marist Albion, apart from those engaged in the scrum, was a good 20 metres away. And now, with the conversion kicked, it's 17-12, 4.5 minutes left.
The try scored by Etienne Van Zyl for Timaru Old Boys, and they claw their way back into the game.
You have to try harder not to score that try.
Absolutely. 17 points to 12. Marist Albion have the lead at the moment. Broughton with a long kick. Maris Albion now looking to hit back. They get it wide, there's a mistake. Timaru Old Boys pick it up and it's Dylan. They're going to go back to the knock on there. And a fantastic opportunity here for Timaru.
Della Tata spilt the ball, resurfacing from the sin bin. So the last few moments of this game for one of the standout Fijians this weekend have been rather mediocre. And number 11 for Timaru Old Boys, Joe Hill, he's been very sprightly, hasn't he, Manaru? He's quick on his feet and one of the smaller players in the competition.
That's right. Joel Hill feeding the scrum here for Timaru Old Boys. I'll be watching him. He's very quick, scrappy.
Getting a little appearance to him, isn't he?
That's right. And what's the call? What's happened here? The scrum's turned and there's been a turnover. May have been a knock on there. I'm not too sure.
That's like watching the Six Nations scrum resets. And then a knock on. Gee whiz. Rico Symes, an interesting story for Marist Albion. He was in the 7th 15 at Christchurch Boys High School 2 years ago, and the second 15 coach went along and watched and recognised something unusual, promoted him to the second 15, then the first 15 coach said, hang on a minute, he's mine, and he ended up in the New Zealand Barbarians team, and his first year playing rugby, Rico Symes.
Della Faltata is back on. And now Maris Albion within their own 22. Great offload there for Della Faltata. And now on the inside, a rampaging burst here by Romu Senileba. Maris Albion hot on the attack here. Senileba takes it into contact. Maris Albion, slowly but surely. They get it wide here. Dylan Lolo here, cuts back on the inside, looking for support, goes to ground.
What a great tackle by Joe Hill, smallest guy on the park.
Nice little step there. And a little offload and another offload for Maris Albion, and they're in yet again.
It looked like Declan McCormick who scored that try, but a lot of the responsibility belongs with Dylan Lola here, running like a freight train. He barged his way from halfway to the 22. He was apprehended by Hill in the most audacious of tackles, but he was prominent in the reload of attack and created the try for McCormick. Dylan Lola here is one of many boys in this roster from St Bede's College, which is the all-boys Catholic school in Christchurch and a very prominent rugby establishment. Elliot Dixon, one of their great All Blacks. St Bede's a perennial contender in Canterbury.
That's right, Dylan Lolo here, as well as Romu Senileba. Two rampaging bulls there for the Maris Albion side.
Rampaging Romo, you called it.
24 points to 12. Maris Albion have the lead now with only a minute remaining in this one.
Romo wasn't built in a day.
We're on fire today. Timaru Old Boys tap it back from the kickoff. Oh dear. And it's been scooped up, but the referee calls a penalty for Timaru Old Boys. Not too sure what happened there, Adam.
Well, I think number 5 for Timaru Old Boys, Van Siegel, was trying to emulate the punch from Smith, which led to the try in the first half.
As Timaru Old Boys take it wide, the offload to Broughton. Broughton has one to beat. He goes right through him. It's on the 22-metre line. And a penalty for Timaru Old Boys.
Broughton's been good for Timaru Old Boys, particularly late in the first half. It was really his energy and initiative which got them back into the contest. But too many mistakes from Timaru Old Boys, and Maris Albion just a little bit more polished.
And a little offload there on the outside, and Timaru Old Boys go in to score yet again, and it looks like it's Desmond Dillon who's gone in for the try.
And they still have time to potentially steal this game. Here comes the hurried conversion attempt. It's on the way. It's wonky. And
oh, he's got it!
He got it!
It's all on now. There's still time to go. 24 points to 19. Maris Albion lead.
Well, that kick never looked like it.
Timaru with the high kickoff. It makes the 10 metres. And it's fallen back in the hands of Timaru Old Boys, and it's Saope on the inside to number 8, Taniela Waifoke, and Timaru have scored underneath the post, and a huge chance to win this match late in the game. Broughton nails the conversion and they steal it. Timaru Old Boys.
Well, that is the most dramatic encounter of the day. Timaru Old Boys, from the precipice of extinction, have somehow managed to salvage the most improbable victory. Marist Albion, who pilfered the first kick-off of the game, remember folks, when the ball just stayed in the air for an eternity, eventually bounced and they galloped away to score. Ironically, fall victim of the kick-off pitfalls at the end, and Timaru Old Boys with 2 tries in 30 seconds have won by 26 to 24, and Orion Broughton will be embellishing the details of that kick for the rest of his life.
What a fantastic game to be a part of. Thank you everybody for joining us as we move on to the next match.
Down there at the entrance.
Okay.
What a beauty.
Thank you once again.
Is that the game next? Where's the sheet? Oh, you got it. What is it? Yeah. America. Alhambra, yeah. Brad. You want to go first caller, Brad? My voice is fucked after that.
I'm going to make a phone call, so I'm just going to venture over here.
Semi-final for the plate.
Well, good afternoon all, and we are here in the semi-final round of the National Club Sevens, and in this game we have Kaitaia from Northland versus Alhambra, got to get my English right, from Otago, and the referee gets us underway, and Kaitaia kick off through number 9, Kepa Wiki. Alhambra get the ball just inside their 10-metre zone, and they look to use it out wide. Joining me in commentary for this game is Anaru. Exciting game before. Let's see which one of these two teams will beat Timaru in the final.
I've almost lost my voice from that previous match between Marist Albion and Timaru Old Boys, but looking forward to this one to see who will go on to play Timaru Old Boys in the plate final.
Quite a surprising game this morning with Alhambra. They were undefeated yesterday, but they got a bit of a hiding this morning. So they'll be looking to try and make amends here as they look to charge it up through into the ruck. Kaitaia over the ball, but they appeared to be off their feet, but the referee said no, and so they have won a penalty. Excellent work there from number 13, Brady Rush, who scored a fantastic try earlier in the day. They tap the call and they take it out wide. 15 there, Daryl Smith. He gives it out there to number 7, Walter Lee Pumari. His advantage being played. It's a high tackle. The Alhambra player had slipped up, and Kaitaia looked to use it. There's the big frame of number 8, Thomas Anderson. He's a very hard man to bring down as they enter the 22. Alhambra's 22. Alhambra wearing the maroon, and Kaitaia wearing a very navy blue. It looks like a black from here. They chip it over the top. The ball's on the end goal. The Alhambra player quickly gets back there. That was number 9, Ben McCarthy.
Ben McCarthy's had an outstanding tournament and he had to scamper there to save the day.
They look for the quick restart, 22. Yes, Ben McCarthy has been very outstanding. In fact, they had a fantastic day, Alhambra, but this morning they were just a bit off the pace. As they look to restart, this big gust of wind comes through and attacks our commentary box. And here we are, as Alhambra look to move it out of their 22, number 15, Henry Wag. He gets around 13, Ratu Bishop. Bishop makes good meterage over the 10-metre line as they approach halfway. Hard has been played, another high tackle. Just a slip up one, so not warranting any further sanction. Noah Cooper, he gives it out to his players there. There's Ben McCarthy. Watch that name for the rest of this game. He tries to chip it through, but it's been picked up well by Donald Boyd.
Penalty. That's about 3 penalties in a row now for Alhambra.
So Kaitai just going to have to watch their discipline here. Alhambra looks to play the ball. They want to get on the ball here first early. Number 7, Joe Coventry. He charges into the 22.
It's the 4th penalty in a row now.
4th penalty now. Surely the referee would have to think about maybe a warning or a sanction. It's number 6, Junior Fatali, gives it out to Coventry. Ball comes out back to number 12, Legan Rotham. And there's a good run there by number 15. He steps, he goes low, and he has scored the first try of the game. Noah Cooper. Noah Cooper scores for Alhambra. A 5-0 lead.
The pressure was certainly building there. 4 penalties in a row awarded to Alhambra as they made their way upfield from within their own 22, and it was only a matter of time before they were going to score, and the gap opened up there, and in they went.
Cooper's conversion is unsuccessful. It drifts in front of the post. So 5-0 is the score here. Alhambra over Kaitaia. The battle between the most southern team at the tournament versus the most northern team at the tournament.
And Kaitaia drove for 17 hours to get down here, and it is their first time here at this National Club Sevens tournament, and what an effort progressing this far for a side who's only just turned up here for the very first time.
Exactly right. Founded in 1897 was Kaitaia. The Alhambra Union was founded in 1884, so both very old historic clubs. And it's a good take there by number 14, Donald Boyd. He charges up very well. 13, Brady Rush. He looks to take it out the back to number 7, Keelan Pomari. It's another high tackle. Number 13 from Alhambra, Russell Bishop, could be in a bit of trouble here, but the referee has allowed play to continue. Play advances over halfway. Kaitaia look to use the back line again in these sunny conditions here at Jerry Collins Stadium. Number 19, Potavili. Unfortunately, the ball has been knocked on by Kaitaia, so Alhambra will have the scrum just inside their half of the 10-metre line.
Yeah, apologies for people who are complaining about the sound here with the music in the background. We're doing our very best to put our mouths as closely as possible to the microphone, so I'm hoping you can all hear us loud and clear.
Let's just hope Facebook don't block the coverage.
So an interesting match here so far, with only a minute and a half remaining.
What we saw in the last game under Roo, which was a massive upset, Tim Roo getting home late in the piece. But what we saw in that game was a number of scrum resets, and we've just seen it through here already. So as Alhambra look to feed the ball, McCarthy, he gets it out wide. Cooper takes it out to number 12, Hoffman. Out on the wing there is number 10, Emery. Emery on the dancing feet, he's trying to get round. It's a bit like Ringa Rosie, but he's been brought to ground. Just on the touchline. There he is again, McCarthy. Coventry. Their shiny head shaved here. Same test forward, running up towards halfway. And here's a penalty. It is now the 5th against Kaitaia. McCarthy with the quick tap. He's got plenty of open acres to run. He could go all the way here.
Legs.
McCarthy, has he got the legs? No, excellent tackle there by Boyd from Kaitaia. The ball comes loose and Kaitaia have got the ball back. Here is Anderson, that massive unit that he is. It takes 2 Alhambra players to bring him down. Boyd, out to Rush. That is Brady Rush. He scored a cracker of a try in the first game this morning. Ball goes out wide to number 7, poor Muddy. As they approach the 22. Alhambra are looking quite tired here. There's a legal player the ball off their feet. So, bit of a breather here for Kaitaia. Perfect opportunity to possibly kick the ball into the touch 5 metres out, but they've decided not to. They're going to take the quick tap. They don't want to trust their line out.
Time's up on the clock here, so last opportunity for Kaitaia.
5-0. Alhambra over Kaitaia. Argument there have possibly been taken early. The referee playing advantage. And Kaitaia hot on attack here with time up on the board before half time.
Kaitaia now. With time up on the clock, they'll want to score here to go into the break on the scoreboard. Currently down 5-0.
Yes, getting that try just before half time, and any version of rugby is vitally important for the confidence levels. As Kaitaia look to take it out wide, Smith with the ball. He gives it out to his 13 rush. 10 metres away from Alhambra's try line. Pomari, he gives it out to his number 9, Wiki. And Wiki on the dancing free. There's plenty open spaces here. Boyd will stop. No, he's not going to be scored. It's called a forward pass.
It was a late call.
Forward pass is being called. Oh, you feel sorry for Kaitaia.
Kaitaia deserved it. They made their way downfield from within their own 22. Unfortunately, the execution wasn't quite there, and the referee was right there on the spot alongside the assistant referee to call the forward pass as we go into the break.
So 5-0 at half time. Referees have done a sterling job here today. We are grateful for Adaru, Tristan Adam, and also Ken Lavin joining us here today at Pairua Park on the Sunny Sports broadcast. To all our viewers, and even those that might be listening, I hope you're enjoying today's coverage. It's certainly the way it's going, particularly in Wellington Club Rugby this year, is that with radio sport disappearing,
and the sun is surely shining. So head down to the hospital tents. Grab yourself a cold one. It's getting pretty warm out there.
certainly the way it's going, particularly in Wellington Club Rugby this year, is that with radio sport disappearing.
Before the finals. First final being the final of the bowl.